So I do have a lot of my longevity plan written out on here. Everything else I have in Notion on my computer and different documents and things like that. But I didn't want to be on the computer, so I wrote part of this out, and this is for my very first prospective client. So from my very first client, their custom longevity plan from an integrative perspective, including nutrition, including physical activity, so day-to-day things that don't require pharmaceuticals, and then also prescription medications that I can prescribe as an option to offer, just to let people know what is out there and what they can opt into, but certainly nothing that's being forced upon someone. I will never tell a patient or a client that they have to take a particular medication without first going over why they might need it or what other options they might have. So I did first draft here, 1 through 9. 1 is introduction. 2 is diet and nutrition, how you get your nourishment in. So there's a whole list of things here, and each food is really customized to each person. It's never going to be that all foods are going to be good for all people. It depends on that person constitutionally, how they were born, meaning how they were born, and also what they've been through in their life. Some people might need different foods depending on, say, a woman had children and she needs postpartum recovery. That's going to require different food than, say, someone who is very active day to day, maybe like a construction worker or something. They need a lot of energetic foods that have a lot of, say, calories or chi. So that's part 2. And I also included ways to cook your food. So some quick things that I wanted to point out. You don't want to deep fry or stir fry your food with a lot of heat and oil. You want to avoid that. And then a whole list of things like sauteing, stewing, broiling, grilling, steaming, roasting, pressure cooking, etc., etc. And to avoid Teflon cookware, you can use steel cookware, ceramic, or glass. And then number 3 goes into physical activity. And this is more catered towards the working American, where more than likely you're going to be at a desk job where you're not going to get a lot of physical activity, day to day, more sedentary, meaning you're just sitting the whole day, which is what I do. So there's a whole list of things there that I wrote out, and I wrote out a plan month by month. This particular individual isn't physically fit, so to slowly get this person to a state of fitness, you have to really take it slowly. You have to customize everything to the individual. Initially I was like, okay, have them do this, this, and this, and this. I was like, oh wait, but if you really think about it, I think back to when I was very overweight. There's no way I could have started the workout plan or physical activity plan from day one the way I had set it out. So I did a couple adjustments there. And it's also important to engage in community and maybe participate in something like a sport where you can get together with people, a team sport, or do something with your family together outdoors. So have that there. That's number 3. And working with fitness trainers, also a good option as well. And then number 4, I have stress management. And then 5, I have sleep. So stress management's really important. One of the more significant ones as part of the plan, I would say. So that really depends on what people find to be soothing or relieving. For some people, that's going to be journaling or praying. If they're religious, if they're spiritual, they might engage in doing certain mantras or practicing mindfulness, doing Neigong, which is more of a Taoist tradition. So there's many different ways that people can manage stress. So that's number 4. And then for sleep, it's more about sleep hygiene. I put for number 1 thing is not having any electronics in the room. Any electronics, get it out. And then these were more things like to avoid having in your sleep routine, like sleeping aids. If you can avoid it, try not to use like Benadryl or these antihistamines because they can make your insomnia worse in the long term. Not medical advice, just sharing my process on how I'm building something out for a particular individual. And avoiding caffeine after 11 a.m. And then, so moving on to number 6, that's going to be social connections with family and with the community. Another important part of longevity is like, why are you trying to live a long time? What's the purpose? Why are you wanting to live a healthy, long life? And for many people, that's family. That's for their community, so they can provide for them and be useful to their friends and family. So some things to consider, and these were more ideas, brainstorming ideas, doing family meals together, family physical activity, kind of learning how to be fit as a family or with your friends, family and friend recreation. You know, are you gonna go and maybe go have a fun ski trip, or are you gonna go learn rollerblading? All these different things that you can do with your family. Go outside to a park with your dog on a regular basis. And then on a more serious note, things about like family finance and philanthropy for your local community. Who are you as a person? What are your goals as a family or as an individual? Are you someone who wants to engage with a local homeless shelter, or are you wanting to do something that's faith-based if you're a very spiritual or religious family? Are you wanting to do something that's international, network and connect with people and provide services and philanthropy in your local community? And that's all going to tie into your family legacy and your family tradition. So all the meals that you have together, how you spend your day-to-day life physically out in the world, your physical activity, how you have fun together, that's part of your tradition, that's part of your legacy. So number 6 being how you're going to connect with one another, including your family and your community, the people you take care of and the people that take care of you. And then number 7 is more of a disclaimer type portion of the health plan. So preventative health screenings. So this is more saying the health plan doesn't mean that you're never going to get sick or you're never going to get some sort of disease or illness. It doesn't prevent those things 100%. Nothing does. So a reminder to let people know that they still need to go see their primary care doctor or whatever specialist doctor they already see, or if they do need a specialist and need a referral, to go see that person. So, you know, if someone needs an MRI or blood tests, to make sure to do that, since that is not a service that we currently provide. And then number 8 is prescription medications that are formulated specifically for the client/patient. And that gets into a little bit more nitty-gritty type stuff, so I won't go into too much detail on that. And then number 9 is to take a biological age test prior to starting the protocol. So we as an institution, we as the physicians, can compare your results prior to starting the protocol and then 3 months later to see if we're getting any results, if your pace of aging has decreased, increased, and hopefully it'll be decreased if the protocol and plan is working, and it also if it's being followed quite thoroughly and routinely. So yeah, that is 1 through 9. Just wanted to do a little overview and share with my people on social media, particularly YouTube, which is where I'll be posting this, because this is more behind the scenes stuff that I am working on day to day. And I don't think typically people get to see the inside view of how these things are created. You kind of see maybe like a nice office desk and everything looks really nice and polished, and or you see at the end result of that, you just see an institution or a clinic or a foundation and everything's done and people are employed and there's cash flow, there's shareholders, everything's kind of all and done and things are moving. But this is really the first steps of putting everything together. And I know that in the next couple years, hopefully, I mean, I'm betting it'll take at least 5 years minimum for things to really get rolling here. But I wanted to show people what it looks like, and to also put myself out there and talk with people and engage with you all out there. So if you ever want to say hello or communicate with me, feel free. There's my information in the info box, most likely below. So feel free to always reach out. I'm not always responsive to those messages, but I will eventually get back to you. So see you guys next time.